This lesson will cover the heading reference switch, CRT brightness control, CRT switching, and source selection. Touch the right arrow to continue.
The heading reference switch permits selection of a magnetic or true reference for the PFDs, CDUs, NDs, Autopilot Flight Director System, or AFDS, FMCs, and RMI.
If the heading select mode is engaged and the heading reference switch position is changed, the AFDS changes to the heading hold mode.
In the true position, the heading reference switch references true north. In the normal position, it references magnetic north for the PFDs, NDs, and FMCs. When north or south of the above noted latitudes, the reference for the AFDS will be true north, provided LNAV is active. The heading select, heading hold, and localizer modes are inoperative.
The brightness of each CRT can be varied. The outboard and inboard CRT brightness controls are on the glare shield. The upper and lower CRT brightness controls are located on the center panel. The inner brightness control on the inboard and lower CRT controls whether radar returns when selected. The automatic brightness control system maintains the desired illumination on the CRTs. The CRT selector switches are located on the pilot's panels. The inboard CRT selector selects what is displayed on the inboard CRT. ICAS displays are primary or secondary. The normal selection normally displays the navigation display. It displays the primary flight display automatically if the outboard CRT fails. The PFD position displays the PFD. The lower CRT selector selects what is displayed on the lower CRT. ICAS Pri displays the primary ICAS display. Norm displays what is selected on the ICAS display select panel and displays primary ICAS if the upper CRT fails. ND displays the navigation display. With an inboard CRT failure, the navigation display may be restored. In this case, touch the CRT selector switch to display the ND on the lower CRT.
With an outboard CRT failure, the primary flight display shifts automatically to the inboard CRT.
Should the lower CRT fail, the primary ICAS display will change to compacted mode so no engine information is lost. To restore secondary ICAS information, touch the CRT selector switch to place the display on the captain's inboard CRT. With upper CRT failure, the primary ICAS display appears in compacted mode on the lower CRT. Touch the CRT selector switch to display secondary ICAS on the captain's inboard CRT. In the event of upper and lower CRT failure, ICAS information must be restored by switching. Touch the CRT selector switch to display primary ICAS on the captain's inboard CRT. Note the primary ICAS in compacted mode is now on the captain's inboard CRT. Touch the CRT selector switch to display secondary ICAS on the first officer's inboard CRT. Secondary ICAS is now displayed on the first officer's inboard CRT. Touch the right arrow to continue. The information sources for each PFD and ND are selected with the source selectors. The desired flight director, navigation source, EIU, IRU, and ADC can be selected. The flight director source selector selects the flight control computer for command bar operation. The navigation source selector selects the FMC, providing information to the respective PFD and ND, or selects the CDU, providing information to the respective ND during standby navigation. The EIU source selector selects the EIU, providing information to the respective PFD and ND. The auto position automatically selects an operable EIU. The captain's side automatically selects left, then center, then right. The first officer's automatically selects right, then center, then left. The IRS source selector selects the IRU, providing attitude and vertical speed information to the respective PFD.
The source for heading, wind direction and speed, slip skid track angle, drift angle, and ground speed displayed on the PFD and ND depends on the status of the FMCs, IRUs, and the position of the NAV and IRS source selectors. In the event of a failure of the selected IRU, the flight crew must manually select an operable IRU with the IRS source selector. The captain selector selects the IRU for auto brakes reference, while the first officer selector selects the IRU for RMI reference.
The air data source selector selects the ADC, providing information to the respective PFD and ND. The ICAS caution message attitude is displayed if the captain and first officer's PFD attitude indications differ. If both pilots select the same source, the ICAS advisory message source select FD, NAV, EIU, IRS, or ADC is displayed. The ICAS caution message single source ILS or the ICAS advisory message single source RA is displayed if both pilots are using the same ILS or radio altimeter. In summary, the heading reference switch permits selection of a magnetic or true reference. CRT brightness controls vary the brightness of each CRT. An automatic brightness control system maintains the desired illumination. CRT selector switches are located on the pilot's panels. Source selectors select information sources for each PFD and ND.